Patience, good fellows. I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
I'm this close to eating you, just so you know.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst.
Like
he needed
that.
his drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
Yes, go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment.
Clothes?
If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
Alright, give me a second. Search this place for stuff. First things first, let's put my normal stuff on. Oh, I have a bludgeon. When did I pick that up? But my new upgraded knife and my offhand. I can put a gun. I can put the stake. I really kind of want to let's play around with the shotgun in the offhand and see how that works, and see if it also stuns well. And I just saw something. Yes, I am level 4. Let's see, power and mesmerize level. So my mesmerize level is 1, and my level is 4. I don't, and I assume I gain levels as I unlock abilities. So I have to assume that, because it doesn't seem like there's any other way to. There didn't seem to be anything else that indicates that. There didn't seem to be anything else here but William's body. Nope, and no way up there.
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
Alright, guy. Just so you know, that 6,000 blood XP that you got hanging over your head is really, really fucking with me. I wonder if that's what it's like to be a real vampire. It's like, oh man, you walking around like that is really, really getting to me. That is so tempting. Like, you seem like
Where
a
are we
pretty nice
headed?
person.
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's
Man,
just
are
across
you
the
worth a
canal.
lot of XP.
They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
No, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will
Stuck
tell
around,
you
I
she
would've talked
values
about
her
in front of
privacy.
face.
Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it. I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Oh, so apparently we're some kind of real big
Have we
in the
met?
medical field.
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word again. from a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
I forget the saying, but it's like...
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this... affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed, and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
I know there's a saying. There's a saying where I forget the exact saying, but it's like when all options of reason and
Dr.
fact are
Swansea, thank
exhausted,
goodness. I
the
was
only thing
beginning to be
that's left is
concerned.
unreasonable.
Worry no
You
more,
have to
Nurse
go with
Crane,
unreasonable
for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy,
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes.
Is that a pun? I feel like he just made a pun.
Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have.
Oh yeah, the vampire.
What we
accepted
haven't.
Blood transfusion.
It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea,
Welcome
immediately.
aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
So I wonder what the conditions of being turned into a vampire are. Do they have to share blood, or do you just have to be bitten? And if you only have to be bitten, is it just the bite itself, or do you have to be bitten unto death? Like they have to drain you completely.
Come on, you bastard! You can do better than that!
What's going on around here?
Nah, it's my turn!
Oh,
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the source of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite!
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
Alright, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
let's see. 500 XP. Like, honestly, considering the XP we've seen out of some of the characters we've already met, 500 isn't even really worth my time. But we're not just gonna randomly kill the dude. We don't know what the dispute was over with. We don't know if he was just defending himself. If nothing else, we take him to the hospital, get him patched up, and then we call the police, and we let the hospital know, and then they call the police about it, and then they can sort it out after that. I can tell them what I saw about the other guy being thrown into the river and most likely being dead, and then it's up to them to do the investigation. So the blood quality indicates how much XP you will obtain from a particular citizen. The higher the blood quality, the more XP you get. So yeah, it seems the only way to get XP is through having these cutscenes and then making the decision to kill a person. Even though there are plenty of vampire hunters I could go around feeding off of. And rats as well. Like, I could do animals. Equal or higher than the citizen's resistance. Okay, so it has to be equal or higher. Press LB to mesmerize. Oh, they're gonna make me do this right here? I don't even, once again, I don't get a choice in the matter. Left trigger, left button. So,
Bring this fading light into the shadows.
Follow
Dance
the
with
red
him
trail
the
to the
dance
fray
of
is
life and death.
okay, so they're going to have me do the feed. Can I? So they say press B to release. Okay.
No more. Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
Right. We've already murdered a.
Whoa, I feel...
Weren't we
giddy.
supposed to be taking you to the hospital, guy? Like, you gotta. Why? What would you? Yeah. Why don't you just? Well, never mind. I guess the wound is not that serious. I guess the wound's not that serious. So I can't even take him to the hospital.
What? What happened?
He's just fine now. Okay. Well, maybe if I enter the hospital.
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go. But no famished hunter can run for long.
And I have to assume that that's my sire. Like, that's the guy that bit me and turned me. I have to assume that that's what's going on there. A lot of with vampires and their sires is that they always have a psychic connection to each other, so that the master always knows where his progeny is and can actually control them through the connection. I think this is the hospital. This game looks pretty good. Like I can't say it looks great because it's not. It's no near Automata, right? And it's definitely not Detroit. Detroit, I Am Human. But it looks good for what it is, in all honesty. Especially because it reminds me so much of Vampire the Masquerade. It's a really good update. Alright, let's go inside.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
Yeah, I do have a few questions.
I would like to ask a few questions first. What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
Well, there we go with that.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
I sense resentment. I've only just met him. Back.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in. How does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
Okay. So we asked that question. We know where our room is. I don't
Thank
think
you,
we need
Nurse
to
Crane.
ask her a second time. She seems ready to get me out of here face. Let's see. Look at her, just walking, shaking that round 200,000 XP at me. This is like, God damn it.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
Life in London. A hint is required. So I probably should have looked around a little bit more, because I believe the hints are clues you pick up as you walk around the world. Let's hear about the staff.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really...
A hint. You have discovered a hint. It reveals a secret about a citizen or someone related to them. To open the citizen's menu. As a vampire, you need human blood to evolve. The blood quality bar indicates the XP you will earn if you feed on the citizen. See, this is why I'm like, well, at least the vampire hunters who are human should provide me with XP, even if it's only 1 or 2. Maybe they were too, since they do repopulate, maybe they were afraid that you just farm them, which, why wouldn't you, especially if they're worth so little XP? You would have to, especially if you're doing your best not to feed on just the normal populace. And this must Brannigan, okay, and he has a blood quality of 1500. He's not far behind the nurse we talked to earlier. Like this I feel like this game is gonna be a lot of Y boners, because we're gonna look at one of these guys. He's gonna be like 500 XP, and we're gonna be harder than we've ever been before. This is like this is just what? It's 5,000. Yeah, like our friend here. Like I'm gonna just say it. Want him so bad. just so bad. Alright. And then her we haven't spoken to, so we don't know her blood quality. It's probably high. Like, I feel like just from the little I've played
Seem
in the
to
game,
admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
yeah, so I feel like even from the little bit of gameplay I've seen, that we're gonna get the most experience out of the most pure-hearted, just wants to help everybody people, and that in anyone who's just a complete and utter asshole who contributes nothing to human society, they're gonna have low XP, because we can better justify that. Like, if this dude has been if this guy has been going around robbing and murdering and raping, we'll kill that guy on the spot. We have no conscience in removing that guy from society and life. But if it's the paragon of light, like if the Pope was in this game, I swear, if we met the Pope in the next 5 minutes, I swear to you, not only would he be in a spot where we could easily kill and drain him of blood, he'd be worth like 1 million. He'd be worth like 1 million blood XP. And we would just be like, that's not fair. That is just not fair. Like, it's like, I want to say it is right on the line of illusion of choice, because it's like, well, he's worth 10 million and you could just be a badass vampire from get-go, or you can let him go because he's a good person. It's like, really is that's just, it's I really hope that's not the case. I really hope that's not the case. But I get the feeling, because the only people we've met with high blood are good people. Like, we haven't met a single, just like the guy who just finished murdering a dude was only worth 500, though he had been stabbed. And it's too early in the game to say. It is too early in the game to say. So we gotta wait and see. What about management?
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Alright, back. So, hint required, so still not enough hints to unlock these two. Already...
What can you tell me about the staff in the
I think
hospital?
we did the situation here, or did we
Some
do
are
that?
really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Okay, so we did do that. Alright, so left.
What is the Pembroke hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
Alright, that looks like... First... Let's see. Sorry if I'm forgetting the choices that I've made. Oh, all hints required. I thought I did Life in London. But all hints required we don't have just yet.
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
So I assume we'll be talking to him again often. Let's see if we can't pick up clues. Explore. Glass vial plus 2. I gained what? I'm at 620 XP. So maybe I also get XP by interacting with characters and talking to them. That's no fun. Oh, better get out of there. There's sick and dying people in there. That's gonna make me hungry quick. Let's see. No, nothing in here.
Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that Cadigan fella.
Nothing here. Alright. Oh, This guy.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan
I'm just
Reed.
gonna put
I'm
this
new
out
here.
there.
I've already
I
heard
am
about
really
you, Dr.
wondering
Reed.
what the
I'm
Black
Milton
Man is
Hooks,
gonna be
the
worth.
ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite
And there
a blunt
is a right and a
introduction,
wrong
Mr. Hooks.
answer
You
here.
can call me Milton.
There
I like
is
to
a
speak
right
my
and a
mind,
wrong
Dr. Reed.
answer
Heard of
here.
the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Alright, well, before we go into Let's Trade, let's actually talk to him. So, life in London. Actually, let's go with occupation.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital. That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
So, go get his wallet back for him. Okay.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
Oh, people are in a panic. So, let's go with
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
Fucking awful. So, we probably won't even hear very much from this character, like, past this point. But if he does become a prominent character or a recurring character, it makes me wonder if he's gonna be the guy like, nah, this shit's stupid. He's gonna be that guy that's like, you guys want to be like, well, we just lack hope, or we have hope, everything will be okay. He's like, nah, this shit's going downhill real quick and on fire.
Are you
I
really
love those
smuggling
characters.
weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Okay, and hint required. Personal questions. Yeah, personal questions will always be hints required. So I'll probably need to find his wallet at least for one other hint. Let's see what
I'd
you
like
got.
to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
You don't have the shotgun equipped? Milton shotgun, 296 damage, and 315 shillings. All the shillings I've picked up, I've got 65. Huh. Standard bullet doesn't seem to cost... oh, 1 shilling. Okay. Shotgun shells, 3 shillings. For how much? Is it 12 for 3 shillings? Let's find out. No. It seems to be 1 for 3 shillings. Hey, here's a common handle. Oh, and the springs for my upgrades. 32, 32, 32. I need 64. I would have had enough for 2 of them if I hadn't bought the shotgun shell. Me and my experimenting. Let's see. Okay, we can always come back. It's not a big deal. Alright. Let's see. So, what? Actually, there's an easier way to do this. 1,000 XP. Okay, that's decent. Like, I was honestly really afraid he was gonna be worth like 10 grand. And then I'd have been like, damn it. I was gonna be like, damn it. I was really afraid he was gonna be worth like 10,000 or something like that. But yeah, 1,000 is decent. 1,000 is pretty decent. Like, I was just, oh man, I was like, are they gonna do that? Are they really gonna do that?
Dr. Swan.